All right, we got Larry the Gecko cam tonight. He just came out. I was wondering if he was gonna come out because he was out earlier checking out the new stuff. But it looks like he finally came out after the big light turned off at 10. So he was waiting. Plus I was doing a little cleaning and stuff, so he might not wanted to come out, but now he's taking a look in the food bowl. Oh, it's going to show those notifications. Did you say cricket? One cricket down. Now his other light is going to turn off at 11. So I have to see what that looks like on here. Because there'd be a lot of glare, because then there'll only be light coming from the outside. There's one lamp that it picks up light from, and as soon as I turn that off, then it goes into full dark, and then it'll go into night vision mode. But I don't know. I guess I could still keep it rolling because I could still throw darts. The only thing is my scoreboard. I can't run the scoreboard on the darts because I already have one phone running this app. Okay, it looks like he just grabbed the cricket. Now he's going back under. So we'll have to see what he does next. Sometimes he heads right for the bathroom, which is the big hideout on the right, and then he comes back out and eats some. Sometimes he'll grab something right away, and then he goes to the bathroom. That's pretty much his starting routine, and then just throughout the evening, especially when it goes full dark, then he'll finish off the rest of the food in there. I did a little rearranging. I tried to just get a little space in between the hideout and the food bowl, because otherwise he could just poke his head out and grab food. So I had I think I put in two crickets, two doobies, or three doobies, I think, and three mealworms, 3 or 4 mealworms. I was thinking about trying to tong feed him a super worm or something, because it seemed like he was gonna grab a mealworm that I was trying to hand feed him, but if the thing got out of my hand, flipped out of my hand before he can lock in on it. So I'll have to see. The big light turns off at 10. And then I have the UV light turning off at 11. I used to have a 10 and 1030, but I'm trying to get them kind of acclimated to be a little more active in this kind of sunset mode. He was out earlier though when I was working on the tank, so yeah, it's too bad I have no way of getting the scoreboard for the dartboard up there. Now you can see my reflection. Can't see I don't see the dartboard lights in there. It looks a lot brighter than it is in there because the camera pulls in a lot of light. A lot of people run colored lights, dark colored lights at night, but they say you're not supposed to do that. I think I'm going to lock up the tank just in case I forget, in case I don't decide to try and tongue feed him, because he doesn't seem to be, his schedule got thrown off, I think, because of the activity. He was up a couple hours ago. Or it might have just been just a coincidence. So I've been practicing a little 501. Basically throwing all bullseyes, or going for bullseyes, because I'm not good at 20s. I don't know if that sound will come through or not. I'm going to turn it up a little, maybe it'll come through the mic. Yeah, so he just grabbed the cricket and then I don't know what his plans are after that. I've had him for about a little over 2 weeks. So he's still young, but they say to feed him daily, but some places say to feed him every other day. So it's kind of confusing as to which is right. But if he keeps eating, then, you know, I'm going to keep feeding him. I mean, actually, I'll have to see how the lighting looks. And I could try putting the main cam on and putting the tank on a small window, depending on how it looks here. Still running the air conditioner. Yeah, it figures the night I go live with it, he doesn't do his normal routine. His bathroom's all clean. He's got fresh water. Let's see where he is. If he went back under. It looks like he might have went back under the main hive, so he might not be ready to come out and hunt yet. I actually had him really hunting when I first got them, but then I read you're not supposed to leave crickets running around in there because they could bite them. So I'm going with the steep food bowl, and I'm disabling my crickets so they can't jump out. And nothing else can get out of the food dish. Because those crickets are supposed to be really, really bad, really nasty creatures. Now what happened to my music? There it is. Double bowl. Just bowl, single bowl. You guys can see the darts, but that's about it. I could pull up the main camera and see and set up the tank on the main camera. Just washing my hands real quick, nothing to worry about. I like keeping my hands clean when I'm playing darts. Yeah, I think he likes it a little too much. Oh no, his head popped out right when I walked away. He's really got a freaking hideout there where he can just pop his head out. He just kind of got a slow start tonight. I think his sleep was kind of interrupted a little. The temps are dropping in there though, so that's usually when he comes out. And or when I put his food in there. So I kind of got him in a nice routine. I want him to get used to seeing me walking around though. Although he probably can't see that well out here because it's not that, there isn't much light in here. See, he's just looking around. He's just looking around. Might be too good of a hideout. Maybe he doesn't like darts. Now I gotta press play or change. I did make a lot of changes to the tank. So he's probably getting used to the surroundings, all the slate I put in there for him to walk around on. Because they say you're not supposed to use that carpet, but I have it in there. But I have it mostly covered with slate. So that's really what he's walking around on. And I opened the humid hide up a little bit more because I had a dish in there, but it was kind of a tight squeeze for him to get in there. So now I just have the moss in the log, half log hideout. Now it looks like he's heading for the bathroom. Kind of like a cat who uses the same spot every time. The private bathroom. We'll have to see what it looks like when it goes full dark in there though.
But the most exciting addition is the addition of Spitfire Originals. So you now have access to
Actually kind of using playing 501 as practicing my bullseyes. I'm just basically throwing all bulls.
Spitfire has done amazing work over the years, creating inspiring, deeply sampled
Yeah,
live
so he'll be
music
going
down to
full
the
dark in
complex
6
splice
minutes,
with individual mic control and sonic shaping options.
and we'll see what he thinks. So after he takes his bathroom break, we'll see if he's up for grab a little more food. There's a cricket. I think there's 2 or 3 doobies in there, and then I think there's 4 mealworms in there. That one's moving though. I might have to check those. Might have to. Maybe that's why, because the stuff doesn't seem to be moving around too much. He's not that excited about it. Maybe. Yeah, see, it's picking up my reflection. That's just Tapo Cam 2K, but it's still, I can't press it up against the glass because then it would be too close. So that's why I'm getting the glare. Another bowl. Yeah, he's coming out. He's got 4 minutes left of sunset. Nah, he went back. See, he went back into the hideout. Maybe those bugs aren't attracting his attention. I mean, he's been eating a lot, so I think I gave him a treat earlier, a mealworm, so that might have affected his normal routine. It wasn't a bullseye. Freaking bounced out on the floor. All right, so he's in his hideout. So let me look at the main. Let me look at the main screen real quick. Okay, so let's see. I don't have. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see if I can add that window capture. Okay, where is it? Okay. Oh, frick, that's not the one I wanted. Here we go. Shrink this window. I'm not going to crop it right now. Actually, I could just put this over here because that's not in use. Okay, now let's pull it down underneath all this stuff. Put it up there. Okay. So we got our little mini cam. What's that message? Saw a message up there. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, so you guys won't be able to, you just be able to see me throwing. I mean, he's in his hideout, so if I happen to catch him walking around, then maybe I'll switch screens. That's going to be hard to see. On that little, let's see, I'll pull up his window. No, I just went into full dark. Just gonna resize this window really quick. Yeah, see that all those reflections you get until I go into full dark. I don't know if the dart light will still be enough to make the glare if I turn off that other light. Let's try. See if we can get it to go into night vision. No, it's still not dark enough for night vision because of the dart light. Let's see. How can I get this into night vision? I can't really turn off the dart light. Or maybe the TV is too much. Yeah, there it goes. Now I want it to light into night vision, but now it's dark in here. So I can't really do anything with that in night vision. See if I can find some lighting to where I don't get that glare. Maybe try this light. Indirect light, and I could still see the dartboard. Okay, so we still got night. Looks like we still got night vision. Switch back. There's not as bad of a reflection from the kitchen light. Let's try the other light. Try this light. Turn this off. He probably thinks there's a storm or something. Let's see if he'll go into night vision. Tell me it's that kitchen light is stopping night vision. Let's see. Try the hall light. Okay. try the hall light, see if it'll go to night vision. No, I just can't seem to get it to. This light, I wonder if this light would, but that's on the same switch with the lamp. I can't seem to get this thing with good lighting. It's pretty dark in that tank. I don't know why it won't go into night vision. He's definitely gonna think there's I actually have, usually I take a couple of bulbs out of this light. I'm gonna take one bulb out. I gotta turn this light off. That's a lot of light. Reflections aren't too bad. No, we'll see if see if he comes out. I wonder what happened if I had dart light at the dart light only. There's too many different lighting schemes. That's a lot of reflection with that dart light. Oh well, try to figure out good lighting for this. Leave the dart light off. I'll pull one more bulb out of this ceiling fan. Let's see how that looks. It's pretty dark in his tank. I can't get it to go to night mode though. Reflections aren't as bad. It's just picking up the what is that? Picking up some reflection on the right. What is that? Let's see. I guess it's just this room in general. All right, let me turn these fans down. Let's see. I'll just leave that one. Let's see what the air conditioner is on. Let's see, it's 80 out still, but it's going to be very muggy. Going to put it on 75. I can't really see the board with this lighting. This doesn't really work too well. And he wasn't on his normal routine. No, this lighting isn't gonna work. I think I'm just gonna go to the just go to night mode. Okay, so I think I can turn that corner light on, turn this light off. Wait, how was I getting night mode before? Kitchen light and that off. Come on, what happened? How come I'm not getting night mode? I had night mode before. What lights did I have on for that? Was it the hall light? I thought I could get it with... Let's see. I thought I could get it with the TV and that lamp. But it wasn't going into night vision. TV, I'm thinking it's only going to work with TV only. Let's see. Yeah, that's got. Yeah, I was gonna say that's got to go into night mode like that. So you can't really see. You can't really see anything. I can't turn on any lights, so I can't do the tank in night mode and do anything out here because it won't go into night vision with anything but the TV only. So I guess I could just kind of chill over here. Make this bigger. Let's see. How can I get this? Oh, he came out right when it went to night mode. So if I were to crop this, I could get myself in the camera. He's just staring into that food dish, but I'm thinking that nothing's moving in there. So he's not getting, he's not aggro anything. He's just looking in there, waiting for something to move. I think that's a problem. I got a bunch of lame bugs in there. All right, so let's do this crop. Did you just move? I didn't see what happened. Oh, his head, is his head in there now? He's looking in there. And even if they move their legs, if he sees any movement, he'll grab something. It looks like he's locked into something right now. I don't know if he just ate something or not. Yeah, he just ate something. The mealworms are easy pickings for him. He's kind of used to. He doesn't bother like striking them. He just kind of licks them and grabs them. He's not that aggressive with the mealworms anymore, because I think he knows that they're easy. Well, that's weird. Why are all my OBS windows not getting gigantic? Yeah, he's still looking in that food bowl. He's looking for movement. If anything makes him move. Okay, so let's crop. Let's just do our crop while the thing is running. Frick, I can't see the keyboard. It's too dark. Well, he's got his freaking head in the dish. I don't know if he really likes those doobies or not. Did you just grab something? Maybe just grab something else. I'll have to check and see what's left in there in a second after I do this crop. Okay, so let's get rid of, let's see, about 200. Does this thing not have number lock? What is this? I can't see my freaking keyboard. I need more light. That won't reach. Don't have any light sources. He's still in the football. Okay, let's try 200. No, that's 3. That's 299. Let's try 400.
Customize your new truck with lift kits, leveling kits, spray and bed liners, wheels, tires.
This is such a big window that shrunk. What did I just press? Where'd my crop pad go? Should go 500 if I can see. Not even 500. 550. What? Put this over here. I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay, 400. $350. 375. Dang it, I keep looking at the wrong thing. If I could frickin' see this keyboard. 325. Okay, just leave that at 340. He's gone. I didn't see what happened. Okay, so we'll do, see if 340 is the same on the other side. $340. Yeah, it's the same. And I'll take off about 50 off the top. Let's see. I thought there was like an auto crop you can do. I think that's good enough. Okay, I'll pull this over here. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. So here I am, sitting in the dark. Unfortunately, I might have missed all the action. Let's see. Let's see what's left in the dish. I'm not going to be able to see anything because I don't have night vision. I can't see what's left in there. I don't know if I want to bother him and turn a light on to look to see what's left in the food dish right now. What just happened? Why did that do that? Why did that screw my camera all up? What the frick? Okay. I'm just gonna go full screen. I don't know if we're gonna get any more activity tonight. Let's see, I want to get rid of that. Oh, okay, that worked. Let's see, we're at 94%. I'll have to look back at the footage and see what he actually got. Plus, I'll have the footage from the camera itself. That I can pull up the clips on from the motion detection. Let's see, when I put the air on, I'm thinking maybe I could turn the air down a little bit. Let's see what it's on. I'm gonna put it on 76. I need to cool down the bedroom though. I need to get my fan. Yeah, I don't know how I can get that night vision camera and enough light for running another camera out here. Just gonna turn my fan. Try to cool down the computer room. Okay, so let's see. Stick this here. Over here. So how can I get myself a little light over here so I'm not sitting in here in the dark? Is that him right there? No, that's the rocks. So he went back into the hideout. I'm gonna check those crickets. Oh, actually, just pulling up that window gave me a little more light on the let's see, where can I get some light from? Need a light source for right here. without turning off night vision. So you can see the hideout on the right. It's got some moss in it, dry moss. And then the one in the center, the half log, that's the humid hide that's supposed to help with the shedding. That has the damp moss in it. It's got a little ramp going up to it, piece of shale that it's like another option, another heat temperature option for him, because that'll heat up that big piece of big ramp of shale back there, because he needs to regulate his temperature by moving around. But right now the whole tank is going down to probably the high 70s, depending on the air conditioning in here, because it's so freaking warm in here. And it never seems to go down. It'll be different like in the after summer's over. What else can I need like a bright window on the TV. I am going to check his food in a second, because if he's got stuff that's in there that's just not moving, I might put something else in there. Or maybe just something that flipped over upside down, that's not moving. I don't think he likes those doobies though. I just need a little more light. Let's see. See, how bright is the room now, actually? Let's see. Let's turn this off. That's still pretty dark. Gets me a little light. I'll just use my phone. Let's see, with the kickstand. Put it on a bright screen. Let's see, what's a bright screen? Okay, the browser in dark mode is not going to be bright. Okay, Facebook is white. Why isn't it going landscape? What? What's wrong with Facebook? Why doesn't it go landscape? Okay, so I'll just use that for a little light. All right, so 11:30. It looks like he did some damage to the food bowl. I think I'm going to take a peek in there with like a blocked, partially blocked flashlight, because I don't want to spook him. But he's probably in his hideout, so he might not even notice. So we got 2 mealworms. Don't look like they're doing a heck of a lot. We got 1 doobie in there, I think. So maybe, unless they're stacked on top, those mealworms are not moving though. I think I got a couple of lame mealworms. I might have to go with some replacements. So I might have to turn on the UV so I can replace those. Maybe I could do it without turning on his lights. Let's see, where can I get a... I need just a little bit of light. Let's see, does that still have night mode? Okay, so I think I can work over here with the refrigerator light, maybe the microwave too. Get myself some light in here. Let's see if that turned. No, I still got night mode. All right, so gonna grab the food dish. We're gonna put some different mealworms in there that move around, I think. And it's maybe a super worm too. Super worm's kind of like a treat. I'm gonna take a quick BRB here. Let's see if I have a BRB on here. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Okay, I think we got the setup pretty good.
where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder, and you wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition apps, inventory trackers, onboarding tools, you name it. And if the only thing stopping me from making the app is the idea, then why not build an app that gives me endless app ideas? So let's make it. Pro tip, I draft the full app spec in ChatGPT, and then I drop the prompt directly into Base 44. It gives me super detailed structure. And here it is, everything I laid out in detail as it goes. This is pretty awesome, but I want to make it playful. So I'm going to add a swipe left and swipe right interface. The same usability we all know. Now I'm going to add one more feature. So every idea that I favorite will turn into a kickoff prompt to start building the app itself. And that's it. Just come up with your idea, any idea, and Base 44 will do the rest. So go to Base 44 and create apps with your name on it.
You know, when I took office, people actually said to me, you know, Illinois might have to declare bankruptcy.
Governor Bruce Rauner leads a state still without a budget.
Missing their budget deadline for the third year in a row.
He's acknowledging the possibility for continuing disaster.
That's how bad our fiscal situation was. Our budget was out of control. Now, 10 credit upgrades in a row since I became governor. We're on our way to fixing our fiscal situation. Why is it important to get the credit upgrades? It means we pay less in interest cost. That means we're not wasting taxpayer dollars sending money to banks or bondholders. But instead, we can use that money for tax breaks for working families or to make sure we're providing the services that people need. So proud of the work we've done, going to continue to do that work as your governor.
Okay, be nice if I unmuted the mic. Yeah, so we're just chilling here with this setup. Haven't really been into darts lately. It's been so hot. Just haven't really been in the mood. I've been practicing a little bit, but I haven't really felt like getting into games. What the heck? Where did he come from? He's up top. How did he even get up there? I don't know how he got up there from where he came from. Unless he used the slab back there. See, he can't. See, I didn't want him to be able to just poke his head out and grab stuff out of the dish. I wanted him to have to come out to eat. Because he's just looking in there. If the dish was closer, he might be able to just lean in there and grab something. But I wanted him to at least put out an effort. So I don't know if it was the noise that he's kind of used to hearing the noise, and then see the camera will keep detecting and making clips of the movement. And at the same time, I'm just streaming it live. What? False alarm? You gotta be kidding me. the crickets really. Where's my head? Oh, my phone turned off. The crickets really get him excited. He really likes grabbing those crickets because crickets are really active. And I got some crickets that had these big long antennas on them that were like hitting them in the head, sticking out of the dish, smacking them on the head. And he was like, "Nah, I'm not. I'm not going for this." So he just grabbed that. He just grabbed that thing and ate it. He wasn't having that freaking antenna stuff. I mean, they were long antennas as long as the cricket. So I guess he wasn't too excited about getting something to eat. I don't know if he came out because he heard the noise, and he came on to check out and see if there's any action, or if he detected the movement, because the other mealworms I had in there were kind of lame. I don't really see a lot of movement in that dish though. But they just have to kind of, if he really wants something, they just have to kind of, something has to twitch, or leg move, or an antenna move. And he'll just aggro it and wait for it to twitch, or a little movement, and then he'll snatch it. But he's still young though, so he might not be as aggressive. When he gets a little bigger, I might be able to get him on tongs, so he'll grab him out of the tongs, then maybe hand feed him. The only thing is I don't really want to pick him up too much if I don't have to. Because there is a salmonella thing with reptiles. If you handle them, they supposedly can carry it. So you have to wash your hands. I've been wearing gloves when I do, the tank cleaning and all that stuff, and getting this food and everything. But I haven't really picked them up, except to kind of transfer them in a container when I needed to clean. And I would just kind of nudge them in there. Yeah, it figures I get this all set up tonight, and he wasn't that aggressive tonight, eating wise, because usually he'll eat stuff before it goes into night mode, into full dark. he'll be pretty active, and then he'll, once it goes into full dark, then he'll pick off some more, and then he'll kind of take a break for a while. I think it's the crickets really get him going though. That's the one thing. If there's crickets in there moving around, because they really move around a lot. But these other things, the doobies and the mealworms are kind of slow movers, so they don't get them really excited. But I mean, if he's hungry, he's gonna go and get them, because everything will probably be gone by tomorrow morning, I would think. I just got the doobies because they seemed to be short on crickets the last couple times I went because of the heat. I think they were all dying, or they weren't able to get them because the shipper. They were all dying because of the heat. But I mean, you should be able to keep the things alive. I mean, all you got to do is you got to have, if it's 90 something degrees, you got to have an air conditioned truck. You can't have the things piled in there in a truck baking in there 90 something degrees. You think they would prepare for that? Have an air conditioned truck, and then have the store cool enough to where the things don't die in the heat. I mean, you got to compensate. It's not like you don't know it's going to be in the 90s in the summer, and people need to feed their pets. They sell all these pets, and then they're running out of crickets. And the one time I went into, well, I think both of the stores I went into, they had them, but they wouldn't sell them because they said they were for store use. Which of course they have to have them. They got to feed the ones they have. But if they are able to have enough for them, why didn't they have enough to sell? It just seems like they were going cheap, and they didn't order enough to compensate for them dying off. I mean, if half of them die, if you order 1,000, half of them die, and you need 1,000, then then order 2,000. So then you have enough for the store and for the customers. So that's why I went with the doobie roaches. But he doesn't really seem to like those much. Unless the ones that I was putting in there might have been a little too big. But I know he ate some of them. So I put a little bit smaller ones in there. But they're not that active. They'll sit there motionless, and he doesn't really get excited about them. The mealworms at least wiggle, and he definitely likes the mealworms because he'll gobble them up. So it's kind of just trying to work with what I can get. Yeah, so it looks like we have a, so I guess maybe I'll copy this, if we try again another time, I'll copy this setup here so that I know what, how I need it set up for night vision, and I can just kind of sit here and when it goes into night vision. I don't know if I'm going to play darts though. If it cools down a little bit, I could do darts and then do lizard after darts. I've got my scene all screwed up now though, so I'll have to fix it and copy it. I have to watch the clips, the camera clips, and see what he actually ate, because I didn't really see. He definitely got the 2 crickets, and he may have gotten a couple of mealworms. This phone's got to be charged. What did I just do? Okay, I just got to fix the screen. I just wanted to see if this was charged. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna charge this other phone. That's my light source. Where's that frickin' chat at? Got Bass Boys out here. What's up, Atlas? I don't know if you're still on there or not. I had the chat covered up because we're doing Lizard Cam tonight. Although he wasn't that active. I couldn't figure out good lighting so I could play darts with the camera up there, with the night vision camera. So maybe I'll try again. was watching some drag racing. Where did that freaking new window go? Here I was just saying how the windows were working. Just wanted to see what was going on in the drag racing I was watching earlier. The Cash Stays at the Hill is on, if anyone's interested. I can't play it, but I'm just gonna watch it a little bit, see what's going on. No, I haven't done no outdoor stuff. It's too hot. You can't go out there now because it's all the smoke. There's smoke everywhere. It's all smoked. Even more smoke than I get from a neighbor. So I think I'm gonna have a little snack. Yeah, I saw you were fishing. It's supposed to be cooling off though, so maybe I'll go get out and, well, there goes the air conditioning. Let's see what's a good snack. I have some cheese curds. I'm gonna have some nuts and Atkins bar. Well, I see if Larry the lizard comes back out. Let's see, what else was I gonna get? Got the mics, lemonade. Stuff is good. Not really into beer right now. Yeah, I saw you live streamed a little. It looked like it was pretty good quality. I think people will like that though. If you're gonna do live stream fishing, you could even do that on Twitch. I don't know if you have that set up. Because there ain't no one live streaming fishing on Twitch. So it's definitely something different. Especially if you already have an audience that you might be able to carry over. I don't know if you can dual stream. If you can dual stream from your setup or not. Well, it doesn't work as good on the GoPro as from the phone. So you have to get one of those, they had those things you put on your neck and you can put a phone on it. Well, but don't you connect the GoPro to the phone? So isn't that where you get the good connection from? Because mine, it has a phone app, and then I connected to the camera, to the DJI, but you're actually using your phone for the data. Yeah, I mean, these people that are out there live streaming, especially in the US, is not as good as other countries. You have to have multiple modems just to be able to hold a good signal, and even then it can be spotty. You know, and these are professional streamers with like all the gear, all the good gear. And that's probably why people don't do it as much. There aren't too many people out there live streaming, at least on Twitch, outdoors, because of just it doesn't work that well. But in other countries, I think it works a little better in a lot of other countries. Might be because of there's less traffic, and you're not sharing the internet with as many people. Or if you're in like a small area that has good coverage. But if you're going to a lake, then you might not have the good coverage unless you have a tower sitting right there. Like I remember at Bodie, there's actually a cell tower sitting right there, right next to the lake. So we're just chilling here with. So I think I officially named the lizard Leisure Suit Larry. The lounge lizard was his nickname, I think. That was a video game. That's like a really old video game. It's like a classic. Probably one of the best games ever. They don't really make games like that good anymore. But that was his name. Leisure Suit Larry. That was from back in '95. Yeah, you use your phone hotspot, but you don't have an app that directly connects to your GoPro that you can use, because my camera has an app for the DJI, and then that connects. It's technically like a it probably works like a hotspot because it uses the phone data, but it goes through an app. So
Spitfire Audio just dropped 4 brand new originals live.
I know I tried it a couple times, but I didn't really seem like I got a very good bit rate. Seemed like I remember I think I was turning it down to 720p just to get the thing to work.
And if you want to explore the wider originals range, all 20 of the libraries are available in Splice Instrument for just $12.99.
Where's Larry? He didn't come out. He didn't come out much tonight. The GoPro app on your phone. Why did it sound like my fan just turned up? I want to point. Actually, I want to point my fan towards down the hallway. Try to cool down this other room. What if my fan's on auto and it just turned up? Ah, frick, now I gotta wait for this fan to turn again. Come on, fan. Try and push some of this slightly cooler air in this direction. Let's see, is this fan on auto? Yeah, this freaking window air conditioner is a pain though, because my chair is right next to it, so I have to put like a long sleeve shirt on when I'm sitting there, because in order to get the rest of the place down to a decent temperature. It's where I'm sitting. It's in the 60s, but it's only 80 when you walk out into the middle. Yeah, these people that do live streams, they got a special backpack with multiple modems, with multiple carriers. You know, they'll have all the carriers. They'll have multiple SIM cards in these like professional boxes, whatever they are, these modems. So they'll have all the companies. They'll have Verizon. They'll have whatever's in the area. What is it? Verizon, T-Mobile, Xfinity. They'll have them all running together, combined, to be able to stream. So if one of them goes down or goes slower, then the other one is supposed to pick up. In order to get enough bit rate. But to invest in a backpack like that is probably. I think I heard that one of the backpacks was $5,000 for all the gear. And then you still have to pay for the data. For all the data. So you gotta be. You pretty much have to be established in order to be able to make an investment. To be able to stream like that. Or at least establish a little where you can make an investment like that. And then you could just freaking fish. Just sit there and fish. Freaking live. And then you got to worry about all the other shit that goes along with live streaming so you don't get banned. Yeah, you got to get established. And get a footprint. I mean, you're pretty established, but still. And then I remember trying to research it before, and you can't. It's hard to actually find what you need in order to do it. No, because no one wants to tell you. Because then that's competition for them. If other people are out there streaming, you know, it's like a secret. They don't want other people to know what the good setup is. In order to have a good stream. And you got to know somebody that's running the setup to get the, you know, to get how it all works. It's impossible to get anywhere unless you know somebody, unless you know an established streamer or something that'll help you out. Otherwise, you're just stuck at the freaking bottom of the list, the bottom of the algorithm. No one will ever find you. And you just be sitting here freaking eating peanuts, watching a freaking fish tank with nothing in it. No motion. That's what you call it, motion. If you're like, you know, getting bigger and getting discovered or whatever, they call it motion. But you got no motion. Got to get motion. This is a bad camera angle. Frick, now I gotta try and find this window. Wish my camera's further over. Oh, I'll just leave it like this. I don't care. Just watching this drag racing. Where are you at, Larry? I wonder if he can hear me talking and he won't come out until I leave. Technically, I can just leave this up. Like, I could just leave this running all night and just leave. Because he might not come out if he hears me. He does hide for a while, though. After he first eats, then he'll hide for a while. And then he'll come out at kind of like odd times in the middle of the night. Because I'll see the on the camera, I'll see like he came out and started walking around at 3, 4 in the morning. It just depends. You come out, eat something, walk around. What the frick is all these messages? Yeah, that's why you gotta try and leech off somebody. Or if somebody finds you, like that's how Twitch works. Someone will find someone that they think can grow, can get bigger, and then they think that they can that can also get them more views by getting that person on their stream. So then they'll collab with them so that both of them, so that the one person gets bigger, and then it's also good for the other person too, for the one that brings them in. You know, it's like a cult. I don't know about YouTube though. It's just because it seems like it's so big. Because no one's going to really help you unless there's something in it for them too. So say there's another fisherman that sees your stream and they, you know, they think, well, maybe if I collab with this guy, it can get me more views because it, you know, and he'll get your viewers. But, you know, if you don't get viewers from him, then it's a, you know, it's a waste of time. And you're just on a sinking ship like the frickin' Titanic that's right above my head. And the ship will sink and you won't get any viewers. I mean, a lot of the streamers, they'll just sit there. You have the ones that play games, but then there are also other streamers that just sit there and bullshit the whole time. And like, they'll sit there and watch videos and react to them. React streamers. You know, like they would just be sitting here like me, but instead of watching a fish tank, like they'd be watching other stuff. But I don't know what you can legally watch. Well, that's what a lot of them do, though. They do that. They play games. But there's very few of them that do IRL streaming. Because it's just too hard to do. It's too hard to do good. They just want to stay in their house, sit around and play video games. Man, my sleep schedule is all screwed up. Man, this freaking lizard just not coming out. I watch I leave the room. You can't hear me talking. And he comes out. Those bugs kind of let me down tonight, though. Because they're just kind of laying around. The air conditioning came back on. Let's see what it is outside. Still 78 out there. It's probably muggy. Yeah, how many snakes you got? Still, you guys still got all your snakes? Yeah, I mean, like this thing will eat every day, and he's pretty much, I got him pretty much on a schedule, but he's nocturnal, so he only comes out at night, like at sunset and sunrise. And then you gotta have like there's a lot of stuff you gotta have for the geckos. You gotta have a hot side and a cold side. You gotta have freaking hiding places at different temperatures, different humidities. At least that's what they say. But I'm not gonna I'm gonna and they say you need a big tank for them. You're supposed to have a big freaking like what is it? Like a 12 by 48 or something, like a 4 foot long tank, so that you can regulate the temperature on both sides better. But I'm not gonna do any of that stuff. I mean, because if the thing dies, then I'm not gonna throw my money away and invest all this on a big setup. And plus, right now, when he doesn't come out, he only comes out at night. It's like it's the only time that I can see him is if I watch freaking clips on the camera when he was out. But I think when the thing gets older, then it comes out more. People like to, play with them like they're cats or whatever. Might be more trouble than it's worth. Your bull snake is 4 feet long. Well, how big is your tank? And they just need a heat rock, right? Or do they need a heater? They have them in the pet store. They had I think they had what was it they had? They had a python, they had I think they had a corn snake. I don't know if they had a bull snake, but they had them different kinds of snakes like that. And then snakes get pretty easy to feed because then you just give them the pinkies.
No props. No
Big tank, yeah.
No artificial sweeteners. No concentrates.
Yeah, I mean, if this thing gets big,
No compromises.
but I'm not going to invest. I'm not going to invest anymore until I know the thing's going to make it. I mean, they even say, like the pet stores and some people will say, well, you got to have this big tank to regulate the temperature. You got to have this 4 foot long tank. But then other places say you can keep them in a 20. So I think the people that are saying you need this big giant tank are just trying to make money. And they want you to buy all this shit that you don't really need. Because this thing is only going to get, well, hopefully it doesn't get huge, but you know, if they get 7 inches long, I think they get 7 to 10. I mean, 10 would be 10 would be big for this tank if the thing got to 10. A bull snake gets to 8 feet. That's like a long, skinny snake, though. That's not like a python, like a shorter, fat snake. Supposedly, people feed geckos pinkies too when they get big. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows if the thing will even survive? And if it don't survive, maybe I'll get something easy to throw in there, like a toad or something. I traded in that other lizard though, because you have 30 days to bring it back. Because after reading about the thing, saying the thing gets to 2 feet long, the thing was probably going to get huge. Oh, Larry's out. Yeah, see, that's what he does. He kind of comes out randomly. I guess my voice didn't disturb him. Doesn't look like he's too interested on what's going on in there. He's looking for something to move. And the stuff's probably all just sitting there. I actually thought about another tarantula. They're really easy to keep. I think I had a heat rock, or I might not even have had a heat rock. And that thing lived for a long time. But I didn't really like picking the thing up. These things are cheap too. Like a regular gecko is cheap. Must be because there's so many of them and it's a common one. The frick, man, he just didn't. Nothing in that food bowl. He didn't seem to be interested in anything in that food bowl. He's just looking around. I don't know if he's sleeping on and off, or if he eats some and then he has to like digest it and then he comes back for more. Or what his deal is. See, he keeps looking in there. He knows the stuff is in there, but he's waiting for something to move. Looks like he's... Did you just grab something? No. just doesn't look like he's all that interested right now. Something has to catch his eye, and then he'll go for it. See, he's looking at something. He's waiting for something to... See, I don't think he got anything there. Yeah, I don't know how you can... I don't know how you take care of 250 geckos with the... What you... That would be a full-time job, pretty much. Because of the requirements for the tanks and keeping the temperatures right and the feeding. But he may have the like, if you have the geckos that stick to the walls, I think those are different. If you have the, like, the jungle ones, because these are desert geckos. And these ones, they're supposed to be by themselves too. But them other ones, the ones with the suction cup feet, you can have a lot of those together, I think. So you could probably have like a huge tank with a lot of them in it. And then he just dumps a bunch of food in there. There he goes. You got a mealworm. After all that, he finally got a mealworm. Yeah, there's a whole big website, not a website, but there's a whole big page on Facebook with all these gecko nerds on it. And it's mostly all women that get these kind of geckos. And because they kind of keep them like, you know, like those miniature dogs that the women will carry around. That's kind of like how they are with the geckos, with these kind of geckos. But the guy you're talking about, he might have the other kind of geckos. Does he have like a website or anything? Yeah, that's a lot of geckos though. And then plus keeping all the food, like the you know, the crickets and all the stuff that they eat. Then you got to have special setups for all that stuff too. You have to have like a whole, you know, for the crickets and all that stuff that they eat. Those are pretty much your pets too, because you have to take care of those too. So you have to take care of them and their food. Geckos are for lovers. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to go big with a tank right away, I probably would have kept that other lizard, the bearded dragon. But the thing that I didn't like about it is that I didn't want a 2 foot long lizard. It's just too big. It's just too much to deal with, and the thing eats vegetables, so you'd have to have like all these vegetables and fruits and stuff, and it just seemed like it would be way too complicated. And it would have been just too big, like having a cat. This thing I pretty much have it set up. I got everything I need. I just feed it. Eventually I'll have to freaking start cleaning cleaning the tank, and then I'm gonna have to put some dirt and stuff in there. So that's gonna make it a little more complicated. Yeah, I mean, it's just like anything else. It's just like having fish or, anything in a tank, hamsters and that kind of stuff. It's just kind of like it's like watching TV pretty much. Because that's how my fish tanks were when I had my fish. It's just like it's just like watching TV. The other thing is that if you're like if you have to leave, the thing needs constant attention. So if you had to leave for a few days or something, then you have to worry about, you know, that. But I mean, the older ones are fine. They don't eat as often as the young ones. So technically, you can probably leave the thing alone for. I mean, they say that they can go for a month without eating. It just depends. As long as you keep the temperatures right. they say that I mean, the reptiles, they say you can get salmonella from reptiles. That's the thing. So if you're planning on handling it and stuff, then you have to worry about, washing your hands all the time. I even got some gloves for when I'm working on the tank. I wear the gloves. And then I still wash my hands. Because I mean, even the food, like the crickets and the mealworms and stuff, you gotta wash your hands all the time. I mean, you could get sick from freaking McDonald's, undercooked chicken McNuggets. It's basically the same thing. So let's see, what's the freaking temperature? The air is not turning on as much. 70. Freaking can't see. 78. Still 78 out. Frick. Yeah, it's supposed to cool down though. Let's see if this phone's charged. Yeah, this phone's charged. Yeah, I made a video of the setup I got right now. I'm pretty much set for a while until this thing gets big. If it gets like double the size, then I might have to worry about getting a bigger tank. But then the good thing is that feeding is easier. It doesn't eat as often, but it'll eat more, but it doesn't have to eat as much. Just the young ones are more work. I don't even really know how old it is. It might only be a couple of months old, 2 to 3 months old. 6 months, the thing will probably be, maybe 6 to 7 inches. And they get fatter too, they get bulkier. Let's see if there's smoke. See if they still have the smoke warning. No, it's down. The smoke is down. Looks like the smoke's finally going away. Because Trump was yelling at Canada, telling them to get their smoke out of here. Stop freaking sending their smoke here. It's still 85% humidity. Freaking, that's what's crazy. That's why you can't open the windows. Plus the smoke. And pollen. And it's only 77 out. It's supposed to go down to the 70s. And it's supposed to be 88. And then the middle of next week, it's supposed to cool down finally. Yeah. Yeah, Yeah, so I don't think Larry's gonna come out. I think it comes out maybe every hour or so. You kind of walk around. Plus, he might because I'm talking. He might not want to come out. I got the freaking dirt and the sand, but it looks like I'm gonna need more dirt if I go to the bigger tank. If he survives and gets bigger, then I'll have to set up the big tank. And move all the junk in there. Yeah, this is like watching TV when nothing happens. So this will be like my lizard and chill stream night stream.
Sophia offers online college-level courses that are designed to transfer for credit, helping thousands of people graduate.
So I feel like playing darts if I feel like playing darts anymore. Because most of the people I play annoy me, or they start raging, or I start raging. It's like playing the computer, though. It's just like the point game. You can just the computer will sit there and play points till like the whole game, instead of closing out the stuff. Like if you close out 20s, the computer won't throw 20s. It'll immediately go to 19s to try to get 19s to get points on you. And there's a lot of people that play like that too, because they see you have the 20s already. So they're like, well, I need to get something else so we can have a point battle, instead of just closing out the 20s and going down the board 20, 19, 18, 17 and race to the end to see who wins. It's like a point. It's like a point thing with a lot of people. It's basically like playing 501. You're just sitting there throwing points, trying to get more points than the other guy, which is, to me, is boring. Just sitting there throwing the same freaking number over and over and over again. It's boring. All right. Well, I don't think this guy's gonna... I think he's waiting for me to leave. He might be sitting in the corner over here watching me. No, I don't see him, because you would see him on that left side. Sometimes he hangs out over there. This kind of works though. If I were to stream, maybe starting at 8 o'clock, and then when 10 o'clock rolls around, I could switch over to the lizard cam. That could kind of work. But then after that, I can't really play darts anymore because I can't turn any lights on out here. I mean, he probably wouldn't care, but because it'll still be pretty dark in there. I don't know if I could leave it on low light for longer, if he would care. But it doesn't really look like he likes to come out until it's full dark. And actually walk around and stuff. He'll come out to eat under the weak light, like a sunset light type thing. But he won't really walk around and explore until it's full dark, how it is now. And that light, that night vision camera, that circle in the middle, you can't see that. I guess just the way it reflects off the glass makes it look like it's lit up, but it's not. It's completely dark when you look at it. The camera just picks up itself. All right, well, it would be kind of funny to just leave this on all night. The only thing is that then the room wouldn't cool down. Then the computer room wouldn't cool down. It'd be too warm, and probably be too warm in there to sleep. Like to get it to cool down a couple degrees. I didn't get to do any racing tonight. I guess I could leave it on for a while just to see what happens. I'd have to make it bigger though. I'm gonna have to make a new, let's see, is that the whole side? I can't tell where the thing ends. If the edge is cut off. Let's see. It's slightly too big. put this up here. All right, I think I'm gonna go off the mic. Maybe leave this on for a while. Maybe hang out in the other room. See if he comes out when I leave. Which I'm kind of thinking he's gonna do.
an app.
Impossible. Nina can't code. Interesting. Can it generate reports?
It can now.
Nice. So you're saying we can all build apps now?
Yeah.
I'm on lunch. I gotta make a call.
I'll be right
in my
back.
office. Just built an inventory tracker. Protein calculator. Book sharing app.
A workflow manager that
Tracks who still owes for the group lunch.
Trash duty schedule.
Since no one seems to care.
just built a
I just
performance
created a goal
manager.
tracking system.
We built the same thing, didn't we?
Yep. Can this thing manage contact? Is it SOC 2 compliant?
I want to animate this graph.
Create a party planner.
Profesor de español.
An inter-office dating app.
For dogs. For office dogs. You know what I mean?